Well, hello and welcome to the metaverse. Hi guys, you're on Fast Entrepreneur, and today I want to talk about the metaverse. So, perhaps you've seen it. It's all over the news. The big social media platform, Facebook, changing their parent company here now to Meta, standing for Metaverse. And so what is the metaverse? Well, I'll first say, if you want to, you can go on YouTube. It was just released. I think their YouTube channel is META. Mark Zuckerberg and his crew have actually done about an hour or so, kind of entertaining in a way. I mean, it's not like a boring talk or anything. I mean, they are trying to demonstrate what the potentials of the future and current metaverse might be. But in a grand scheme of things, if you've been following this channel, you know that I'm into exponential technologies. And why exponential technologies? Because exponentials, they start really slow, and then they go really fast. And when they go really fast, they tend to have a very large impact on many people in a short period of time. And so, you know, that's why on this channel, Fast Entrepreneur, and you're on it right now, that's why I focus on exponential technologies. Now, recently, you know, last many months, I talk a lot about crypto and blockchain, mainly because, well, one, it's an exponential technology. Two, it's one of the fastest, widely adopted technologies probably in history, which just makes it pretty fascinating. And three, I think what's fun for everybody is, you know, there's money to be made in the crypto universe. So, you know, and as I always say this, you know, not financial advice, do your own research. But this video is not really about, you know, anything. I just want to have a conversation about really what the metaverse is. And so in my mind, you know, I remember when the internet was just starting to boom. You know, this was in the kind of mid 90s, late 90s, you know, and you know, back then I was, you know, middle school, high school-ish, you know, going on. But I remember thinking to myself, you know, okay, so it's pretty clunky. You know, I remember, you know, doing the AOL, you know, instant messenger, you know, and, you know, chatting and, you know, BRB, be right back, you know, stuff like that. But I kept thinking to myself, you know, okay, and now there's websites and, you know, so there was always, what could be possible? And, you know, I was young, but when I went to college, that's actually when, our university was actually one of the first 8 universities to have Facebook, which was interesting because it was like right around 2004. We actually had a paper book, Facebook, if you will. Kind of looked like a yearbook. It had everybody's pictures in it. You know, so if you're walking around campus, you don't know who somebody is, you, oh, look them up in the Facebook, right? And then it went digital, and it was cool, but it wasn't that cool because it was only, you know, 8 schools, and if you didn't know people from other schools, you know, it was really only the people in your school. But then, again, exponential progression. It wasn't just 8 schools, you know, universities. Then it launched to other colleges and universities, and then it launched to, you know, the broad general public and high schools, etc. And it just, you know, now everybody and their grandmother, you know, has access to Facebook. And so, you know, Facebook has really brought people together, you know, for good or bad. But it's also changed the way that we live and we communicate. And so, you know, I think Facebook's interesting, but on a broad span of things. You know, I've talked about Ray Kurzweil on this channel a bunch, right? They say Ray Kurzweil. Say that as Ray Kurzweil. Ray Kurzweil. Brilliant inventor, right? He's some call him the rightful heir to Thomas Edison. He is, you know, just you gotta check him out. If you want to check out a documentary on him, transcendentman.com. You can actually watch like the trailer to the video. It's like 3 minutes. Watch for free on YouTube if you want, even on the website, transcendentman.com. But anyways, getting back to that. So Ray Kurzweil, in my mind, I mean, he kind of spelled out the long-term play of, what's going on, where he thinks this is going, making many predictions, and for him, all culminating in this thing called the technological singularity, which, he seems to put somewhere in the 2040s. And basically what his premise was is that the law of accelerating turns, things like Moore's law, right? So in computing, it's been about every 18 months where we get, like double the capacity for storage, double the bandwidth, et cetera, et cetera. And prices come down, by a factor of 2 in the same time period, pretty much. And so, that's why we get, faster, cheaper, smaller, devices. And so, now we've got, so people adopted the internet, they adopted the PC, then the mobile phone came about, and, that was adopted even quicker around the world. And, so what was the next iteration? I remember a few years ago, Google and the Google glasses and stuff like this, and I remember looking at VR and AR, right? So virtual reality and augmented reality, looking into it. And, the headsets, they seemed pretty big at the time. They seemed pretty clunky. And it looked like they needed a little work to be done, but just in a short period of time. And I don't have one, but I've been following, it looks like what Facebook has done. I remember when they purchased Oculus Rift, I mean, it was this, virtual headset company they purchased, I think, for like $2 billion at the time. And now they've got the Oculus Quest, and this is basically their viewer into the metaverse. And this is just the beginning. But these devices are getting easier, they're getting better, smaller, faster, cheaper. And so, even Kurzweil would say, in the future, people will spend most of their time in these metaverses, in these just realities that you can not only create yourself, but you can, communicate and join and link. And it's just a very free and expressive, but you can also have economies, right? You can actually make money, and people will be lifted out of poverty. People will become super, super rich in these metaverses. And so I think that's where we are today. And, I'm just going to shut this video off pretty soon. But it's fascinating to me what Facebook has done with this rebranding. I see their direction, what they want to do and position themselves as building, as it's not just them. I mean, they want to, have developers and everybody build the ecosystem. But, the metaverse is here. And, on that note, what do you guys think of the metaverse? Are you going to get involved? Peace.